Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally, and here's the thing. It's fresh here every single day of the year. Every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. There are no reruns. There's new art every day. There's a new overlay, there's a new cover, there's a new background if the background shows up. No, well, there's a new overlay. You don't usually see the background, but there's a new overlay, new cover every single day of the year, new questions, new readings. So yeah, it's popping fresh around here every single day of the year, and has been for over 5 years. So I'm here to take your political questions out of the chat. Just put your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. Don't forget you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, hello. Yes, we've got some surrealism, some white kitty surrealism today. Yeah, which is, the kitty's always on your mind. Anyway, thank you. Okay. Boy, have we got some news to cover today. Whoo, boy. Okay. At 2 minutes in. Oh, no, wait. I didn't do on today's episode. Wait. On today's episode, insider trading speculation is running rampant with the blatant market manipulation yesterday. China is saber rattling and poking the bear. And it's everything I can do to not just beat my head against the microphone. Hegseth, Hog's Breath, is at the Panama Canal to help protect it from China. Okay. And we're using the pulp tarot today because it's got a lot of criminals, gangsters, and whatnot in it. It's also very easy to read, which is good. All right. Dear great Gussie. Okay. Jennifer says refresh 3 times, still can't see. Guess I will try later. Oh dear. I wonder what that's about. What's going on there? Oh, I have to share with you something that was on. If you watch the Stephanie Miller show on YouTube in the mornings, when there's a commercial break on the radio side of it, on the YouTube side of it, they run little things, clips from other people's shows and little things about what's going on. And one of them this morning, I had not heard before, they did an AI speech with a fake Melania voice. And I just about fell out because, they said that it had the kind of things in it that I would expect, like Melania saying, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, a poor black girl. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what your country can do for you. Yeah, okay. The one that killed me. I get allergic smelling hay. That was it. I was done. Great stuff. Okay. Move on with the questions. 4 minutes, 45 seconds in. So that's my turn. That's the thing. I will just randomly, probably for days now, just go, I get allergic smelling hay. Okay. Excuse me. Insider trading speculation is running rampant with the blatant market manipulation yesterday. Will anything be done, or rather, will anyone be held accountable or really do something about this? Blatant market manipulation. I heard, no, I don't know if this is true, but I heard, this is total gossip, and I much prefer having official sources, but I heard Marjorie Trader Green made like $1 million last week or something. Oh man. Okay. Well, okay. Did it happen? Entertainment only YouTube. Entertainment only. It was their insider trading. Well, they were in a good position. This is the sitting pretty card. They were in a position to take advantage of things. The star, the far right victory with the wheel of fortune. So that bodes not well for their actions. However, what are the last two cards? Where are we headed with it? Queen of Cups, Three of Cups, which is Democrats looking into this. And apparently there is I get my scandal. There's so many scandals. How do you keep them all straight? I think there's a non-executive branch body looking into this. No, or is it the non-executive branch body that's looking into the glitchy, horrible software that Doge has put in and keeps trying to put in at Social Security, which is messing everything up? One or the other. It all starts to just chaos, blend. Yeah, this regime, Debsy, I agree. Yeah, this regime, they're not going to do anything about it. Pam Bondi is... I can't even with Pam Bondi. Oh, Sabine says Senator Schiff is about to do something. And Veronica's asking about Adam Schiff involved. Gosh, I hope so. Oof. Okay. Three more cards on this. By the way, I also have as I'm pulling three more cards on this, will somebody be held accountable for market manipulation, insider trading? I found a short, and apparently it's Laura Loomer sitting in a restaurant, just having a drink, just drinking a beverage of, it's fine. It is, look, I understand there can be somebody has a lot of work done. But this is terrifying. So I almost want to show it to you just to say, do you think this is real? Because, I hope you know by now on this channel, I prefer to have documented sources to be able to give you real news. Then I read on it and read on the collective energy. But even if you don't believe in the spiritual side of what I'm doing here, or the energetic side of what I'm doing here, I know in my heart of hearts you can walk away from any of my live streams knowing what's going on in the news in a factual way. Strength. Oh yeah. With the insiders. Oh yeah. In secret, but Two of Cups, partnership, 10 of Cups. Secrets. These are the Democrats. This is twice now. It ends with Democrats stepping in. So we might have to wait until after the midterms, though, for it to something to really have legislative teeth. But anyway, all right. Okay, let me show you this. Let me show you this thing, because it can't be real. I mean, seriously. Hang on, let me go up. 1 second. Oh, they're also, have you seen the, somebody's made AI videos about American reindustrialization and MAGA people working the fields and working in sweatshops and yeah. All right, I'm just gonna pause this 1 second. Okay, and I've apparently got to do that. And can I pause this? All right, hopefully you can't hear this because we don't need to hear it. Okay, share screen. And do I need to? Yeah, you can see it. Whoops, can I mute it? Okay. Is that really Laura Loomer? Whoever that is, if that's real, I feel sorry for them. Oh dear. Oh, that's sad. If her chin looks weird like that, I mean, if this is real, then yeah, people have chin implants. That would be a chin implant. That would be cheek implants. That would be lip implants. Yeah. So, oh boy. Is that really her? Please let me know if anybody has seen pictures of her. Okay. Okay. And chances are that she looks slightly better from straight on, because after you've had your work done or whatever, that's where you see it. You don't really see as much from the sides. Yeah, Laura Loomer plastic surgery ? I think that would be the best way to search for that. And I can't see. Ms. Gibson says that looks like her. Okay. All right. So at 1335, a Cosmic Goat Lady had a question. Oh boy. Is China saber rattling when they say, quote, one way or another, unquote, with the problem with Trump? One way or another. Will we have to fight China militarily, a war to find out who will be leaders of the free world? Oh gosh, I hope not. I know, Warrior Witch. I just stumble over my words sometimes. Yeah, there have been some. I'll try not to name names, but boy, there are some famous people who, they'll get a commercial or something, and they're there, and then you can really see the work they've had done, and it's like, oh, ow, and they're young. Anyway, I don't have, all right, we're worried about all kind of problems. There's a Chariot card. So big, showy movement. That's what we're worried about. Wheel of Fortune. So we're very worried. The cards themselves, that would be more in secret. There's Strength. But I've got 4 of Swords here. That's quiet as a tomb. Sitting pretty. And then Democrats gaining power to defuse some of this stuff. If anything, what this says, it isn't necessarily military. It's to some extent. China is not economically an equal to the United States. And I'm not just saying that as, well, you're American, what do you know? They lie a lot about their numbers. They're the ones who've built those fake cities. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's some literal slave labor in the country, not just, oh, well, they're in prison. Prison workers is like slave labor. No, like really slave labor. And Hal Sparks spent a lot of time in China, and he went to one of those fake cities, and he basically ducked his minders to go around and check out details. And there were big tanks you'd need for the water or the sewage or whatever it is, and they're not hooked up. Or other stuff, it's not real. It's like painted to look like there's something there, and it's not there. They're not usable. And he says he's not even convinced there are as many people in the country as the government says there are. However, there are 2 things about China. One, we get an incredible amount of our stuff manufactured there. And 2, they are holding a lot of our debt. So apparently, as there's still all these tariffs on China, they've apparently said, oh, everybody's, they're pulling out. They're all at these tariffs. Well, you know what manufacturing there is, we're not giving discounts anymore. So, yeah. Julie says, wonder if China will just stop their ships for a while to starve out the U.S. Oh, well, we wouldn't starve physically, but that's why I've been dipping into my savings. What little there is, I'm not flush over here, but I've been dipping into my savings to buy things ahead of time, things I would maybe be buying later in the year, new socks, all kind of stuff. But again, referencing Hal Sparks, because I want to give him credit the other night when he was listening to someone, I don't know what her name was, some right-wing pundit, and she was talking about China eating, this is showing China's been eating our lunch in the past, and now it's going so great for Trump, and to heck with China. And Hal said, that microphone you're talking into is made in China. That desk you're sitting at was made in China. That the pot that fake plant is sitting in was made in China. Everything in your room there was made in China. All the MAGA stuff is made in China. They don't have to. They don't have to start a military war. To do us harm. And that's sad, but here we are. And who was it here? Yes, Amy Albert said that, and most likely her clothes were made in China. Exactly, which is why, like I said, I just made sure I bought new socks and bought new gutchies and bought, and yes, that is a slang term. In this country, you will hear it most often around Pittsburgh because there's a large, there was, may still be, but a large Croatian Slovenian group. And apparently, now this I don't know, but what I've heard is it's like a slang term that came from a Serbo-Croatian word for underwear. Gutchies. That's just what that's what we called it. So, growing up. So, yeah, hair raising. I mean, just the sword of truth. The sword of truth is not good to Dumpy or China. Neither are trustworthy. This is daily work done, but in this deck, this is the works. He's suckered her in under false pretenses. There's the hair raising part, but there you go. The dynasty, those with money, the haves and the have-nots. And there's the government. There are no war cards here. And the fact is, there don't have to be. They can do a lot of damage to us. So stupid. Joy says, we always learn something new on this show. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I have a Sagittarius stellium. I try to learn something every day and share what I know. Okay. Cindy Pool says, right, we'd go without all our stuff, but we wouldn't starve. Oh, yeah. And I'm not saying that we'd have great. Okay, and that's the other thing. I'm going to get on my soapbox for just a minute here. Forgive me. Why are so many people in the media happy? Why are so many people suddenly like, whew, Trump stopped the tariffs. We're going to be fine now. No, he didn't. He stopped the extremist tariffs for 90 days. There are still 10% tariffs all over the place and 125% tariffs on China. Suddenly, phew, everything's fine. On what? Are you taking crazy pills? Have you drunk the Kool-Aid that Trump would charge you for? No. I want everybody to be okay. I have a Cancer moon. I just want to protect you and make sure you're warm and you have cocoa and a nice blanket and some soup. But no, we're not. And I'm going to be honest, this is not a channel that's going to blow smoke at you. I'm not. We're going to be, I do believe we are not going to lose our democracy. We are going to get through this. But I think we need to channel our inner, survival, group survival things that came up in the Great Depression, in World War II, all this kind of home front stuff, and we'll get through it. So, all right, I will get off my soapbox now. But actually, I could read on that, which means I should have written down what time I started talking. But let's just put 20 minutes in. And reality. Will reality dawn? Because the other thing is, you ready for this? I actually talked to a MAGA person. And the MAGA, because I try so hard to just, I do not waste my breath arguing with them. But I had to talk to a MAGA person who volunteered. They're very excited. They're very excited, and they love the Australians. Love the Australians. Why? Because the Australians came together to support Trump. So I went and looked it up. Australia didn't impose retaliatory tariffs, but they're still being hit with 10% tariffs, and they're mad. But so MAGA's excited because somehow, I mean, seriously, we really are dealing with people who are in a cult. They're, hello. Mm-mm. They're happy because Australia, they love the Australians now because the Australians came together to support Trump because they didn't put in retaliatory tariffs when Trump put 10% tariffs on them. So Trump's winning. So, no, I looked it up in the news. If you go look, because trust me, I Googled it. And it's basically Australia hasn't put in 10%. It hasn't put retaliatory tariffs up, but they are mad. They're very angry. So, okay. Is reality going to dawn? And I saw a headline that, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw a headline that inflation eased last month. So with that, and the stock market's back up. From what? From how far it fell? This is the pulp. Links in the description box. This is the pulp tarot. So, and I know on our side, we want to be relieved. We want to say, okay, finally it's over. But it's not. I want it to be over. I want everybody to be okay. The Emperor's right in the middle of this. Waiting for the ship to come in. You know the super wealthy are making money off of all of this garbage. The stars in their eyes about those who were supporting J for Genius, Trump. Emperor's right in the middle. And as long as they're making money, or they can tell themselves they're making money, there are going to be people voting for Democrats who voted for this jerk before. But yeah, there's still going to be this core cult. And it's just hard to talk to people. Oh, no. Sherry just said the House just passed their evil budget exactly as sent to them by the Senate. The one Senate passed last week cuts at least $1 trillion this year from Medicaid. $880 billion. Is that true? Oh, man. Hang on. Let me pull up the news app just to see what that top headline is. Well, the top headline on Apple News right now is Trump transforms tariff war into high-stakes showdown with China, from the Wall Street Journal. The CNBC is saying the Dow has dropped 1,900 points. The S&P 500 loses more than 4%. Okay, from USA Today, House Republicans narrowly approve a blueprint to start work on Trump's agenda. And the House passed a bill that could make it harder for married women to vote. Okay. So, yeah. Also learned some really. I won't go. I've been veering all over. It can wait till tomorrow. But also found out some very strange things about Speaker Mikey, heretic. He's living in the house of a preacher and his wife a couple of blocks away from the Capitol. And yeah, it's weird. Very. Okay, also, before I go on to the next question, I do want to remind everybody, like right now, I have gathered the information and I filled out the paperwork to, because I'm working my way to getting another passport. I haven't had one for many years. Used to have one, but I'm working hard to get my passport. And especially if you have changed your name at some point, I'm even in a blue state and I feel like I need my passport. So do consider it. It's not free. So of course this is a poll tax is what this is, that you have to pay money to get a real ID, to get a passport. But seriously consider it. Scraping together the money to do it. So Sneeze says you're close to Canada. Well, I can't cross the border without a passport, and I can't see me leaving anyway. So, all right. I mean, I love Sienna Rose, but I don't think she loves me that much that I can just be like, hi. I'm kidding. I would never do that to her. Chris Gold, do you have a real ID? Not now. I did, but then I moved into a different state. And so at this point, it's like, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to get my passport. So, Scanman says pay an extra $50 and get an official passport card. Oh yeah, that's part of what I'm doing too. It's only money. That's what my father used to say, very sarcastically. That's only money. I want the card and the booklet. So, okay. All right, next question. 33 minutes in. Deb had a question. Today, Hog's Breath Hegseth went to Panama and announced the DOD, Department of Defense, the DOD is sending a military security force to Panama to help protect the Panama Canal from China. What is Panama saying about this? So, will the dumpster get control of the canal like he wants? Sneeple says China doesn't run anything there. Yeah, and didn't they just get bought out by one of those paramilitary companies or something? Oh. Lois says, come to Canada, bring a sweater. I love that. Panama. Hog's Breath in Panama. Oh, look, the Emperor's in the middle again. Hanged Man. Well, that just says that Hog's Breath is in. He's in trouble right now. He's not in the good graces of the dumpster or the people around the dumpster. So trying to stir up trouble where there isn't any about the resources, because the emperor, it just right now it feels like Hegseth is like panicked, like doing everything he can to get back into Dumpy's good graces. And just chipping away at it. But this doesn't feel successful for him. Then again, what is he trying to do? So what, he's going to try to get a security force from the military? Where's the security force from? Very strange. Okay. Raymond, that isn't actually true. It is a rumor, but it would be lovely. Exactly, Queen Bee. Wouldn't that be considered an invasion of another country? We're not at war with Panama, and Panama has not asked for the U.S. forces of any kind on their territory? Yeah. You know what Shady Vance got in trouble with Mr. Diplomacy, what he said the other day about China? Did you hear about that? If you didn't, he was talking about goods made in China by Chinese peasants and bought by Chinese peasants. Let's just say Hegseth isn't exactly Mr. Diplomacy either. And they're not really looking at the Panamanians as deserving of respect. And things were going so well before they did. Yeah, okay. We had a good relationship. We had a good thing going. But there's judgment. 4 of Cups is a refusal. There's Death card again. And the Ace of Cups, which means that feels like... I don't know if this is Democrats, but this is other forces for democracy, for decency, stepping up. I keep getting this card, this DEATH card, so I wonder if there will be some kind of incident, but it feels like other countries coming in and going, excuse you. Because my understanding is Panama has agreements with all kinds of countries. So they all have vested interests in not letting Hog's Breath mess things up. So, okay. All right, at 39 minutes in, the question is, will something trigger Dumpy to have a full-blown mental or physical breakdown in front of a camera? Well, he's often in front of a camera, so if something did happen, which I do not want, seriously, I do not want anything to happen to him at all. No violence, no nothing, no. No. Ultimately, I would love to see him in prison, but I do not want anything. I do not want him to be a martyr. I do not want Vance taking over. I do not wish that on anybody. But he doesn't take care of himself, and he's not. None of us are getting any younger. Yeah, there are. Lewis says, just to say, I wouldn't lose any sleep or shed a tear. Well, in the natural course of events, it's not ours to say, you know. There is a running joke in social media shorts of people perking up at suddenly you hear in the background, breaking news, now with name of anchor, and they're like, and then it's, the stock market's down or the something. It's like, or that old, and it is an old joke about, well, it was a disappointing day in the obituaries. It's a very old joke. So, but I would, if I had my wish, the spell would be broken. That's what I really want. I want otherwise good people who have been brainwashed to come to their senses. If I could have anything political like that, because once they saw the truth, none of them, they'd all be out. There's one woman who, she was super, super MAGA, what have you. She believed all the lies about Obamacare. She has a special needs child, and Fox News was pushing all this thing about death panels and all this kind of stuff, and she was furious and all of this. And a friend of hers said, have you read it? Have you read the bill? She's like, I don't need to. And they're like, well, why don't you read it and we'll talk about it? So she read through it. It was everything her child needed. She's like, Fox News is lying. They're just flat out lying. And then she just started realizing that all they were doing was lying. It's like, so it is possible. It is possible for some of them to snap out of it. There's Dumpy the Man. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Devil, Ten of Swords. That does not, entertainment only YouTube. I do not want, like I've said, I do not want Martyr, do not want President Pence. I do not want, no. But these cards are not good. If somebody came to me and said, how's my health going to be? And I'm getting the Hanged Man, the Devil, and the Ten of Swords. However, he does have, I mean, with the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, this card for the reading and this year, he has amazing health care. Stuff that the rest of us, of course, we do not remotely have. My understanding is they don't pay for any of it. There's no copay. That's not good. But will it happen while he's in office? Gosh, I hope not. Oh, sorry. Did I say Pence? I keep making that mistake. President. I do not want a President Vance. I know. Lewis is listing all the things. Well, this didn't do it, and that didn't do it, and this didn't break him out of it, and this didn't break the spell, and this awful thing, and that, and that, and that, and why would anything now? I don't know. Yes, girl. We told you this would happen. Adding insult to injury. He hides health issues. Getting help in the dead of night kind of thing. Six of Pentacles again. Giving him things, doing procedures to kind of inch him along, stuff we don't know about, so that he can walk around acting like every day is a party. And his victory. But yeah, he's aging like old milk. We know that. Sneakpool says, because I haven't felt it personally. I guess not. But Whew. Okay. Oh, Miss Gibson, thank you so much. To the best people, love you all. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, Night Moon Glow. Cindy Pool says if they cut Medicaid, MAGA will really feel it. Yeah. Yeah, and I have not been getting good cards about the budget. But sure, the longer that everybody's over on that side, they're convincing themselves, and the media is like, oh, phew, everything's great now. Then reality will hit eventually. Maybe this gives the rest of us time to keep an eye on sales at the grocery store and stock up a little bit here or there. Buy some lost leaders. I don't know. Girl says, could have called it a Freudian slip. If there's only a chance you could swap Pence with Vance, Pence might not have a spine, but he has a tiny little soul. That's true. That's true. Goral is wise. Okay. Okay, Lisa had a question, number 5. But I am 47. I'm a little... Okay, Lisa was asking, will Dumpy screw up the world's economy so badly that not only us, but everyone wants him out? Well, to some extent, that's already happening. But are we talking about, if you're talking about the world economy, there are a lot of people who want him out. Like, bye-bye now. Victims has been stocking up a little bit at a time. And that's all we can do. Sneevils, doesn't everyone want him out by now? But will he script the economy that everybody turns on him? Or effectively, everybody, enough people turn on him. Enough countries, enough voters, enough... I keep getting a mental image, and I know not everybody's watched Supernatural, so it's not helpful for me to keep referring to that episode where Lilith, who is in the supernatural world, is a demon, nasty demon, and I know the actual what they say about Lilith. So, but in Supernatural, she takes over the body of a little girl, and is just holding everybody hostage, basically. And it's my birthday every day, and everybody can only eat cake and all of this. And it's like, I just keep getting that mental image when I try to read on the current president of the United States. MC says, I remember that episode. And I appreciate that. I know not everybody has. Hold on, it says Rand and McConnell already turning. Yeah, I mean, there are a few of them that are speaking out a little bit. McConnell, we would not be going through any of this if not for McConnell, but High Priestess. Oh, he's such a genius. It's a secret. He's got the secret formula to... No, he doesn't. He's an idiot. He lives on the drama triangle. He's a raging narcissist. But no. It's 80 bazillion level chess. 3,000 dimension chess. Really? Really? Okay. 4 of Cups, refusal. No. Judgments. And then, oh, look, there's disappointments. Knight of Swords. Ouch, that hurts. And Star. That... Yeah, Sherry's putting some good information about the budget document. And so they're working on the budget. That does not feel good. Please prove me wrong. All right, let me make sure I get to... Oh, Chris Cool and Lisa were asking, okay, we need to look at this. So Dumpy wants a military parade on his birthday, and everyone can only eat cake. You're going to read me a story, aren't you? Right now? I want to hear that same story again. This is Dumpy. Because he wants a military parade on his birthday. There are reasons we don't have military parades. One, the cost. Two, the roads in DC are not built for it. Those tanks will damage those roads, which is even more expensive. Thirdly, we don't live in a military dictatorship, you cretin. Jeez. Yes, Amy 3, he wasn't in the military. Is he going to... Okay, he wants to look big and scary. So he wants a parade of the military in... Okay. There's the sun. This is not... When the sun card is bad, it's this really bad authoritarian center of the galaxy garbage. Hemmed in. Ace of Cups, which is... A lot of people would be horrified, and Democrats would definitely be able to make hay out of this. There's a plan, but there's a world card. Let's have a look at the world card. Let's get some more information on that. Also, if anybody who is worried about martial law on April 20th or whatever, I have been following some people who were very much in the military, relatively high up in intelligence. Like one of them is the knitting cult lady who was a captain in military intelligence. And she was pointing out that, one, April 20th doesn't mean anything. And secondly, if there was going to be some big military action, you would already be seeing the workings of it, the setting up of it. It takes a month to 6 weeks to ramp up some big thing, and it's just not happening. So there isn't going to be some big military martial law thing in April. Yes, and April is Easter this year, but still. So I just want to pass that along. I haven't picked up on that happening either. So, what was that world card? No, I've got a Well, on our side, I've got a face palm. That's a suspension, a no. There's Republicans trying to appease him. Queen of Swords, it feels like there are some laws in place. I don't know if it's in Washington, D.C. I don't know if there's something they can do locally. But this feels like laws in place that stop this from happening. Knight of Pentacles, we're still trying to do it, but there's the moon. That's chaos. Maybe he'll try to pull something off, but if he's expecting a big military parade in Washington, D.C., I'm not picking up on that. So, yeah. True, Amy Albert, maybe Elon can give him an AI parade. And he could have unicorns and great big statues of himself going by like the Macy's parade. So, okay. So, let's do some cards for us, because we need to get beyond this energy at 57. What do we need to know, do, think about? Is there a message? Oh, Charles Schmidt said golf cart parade. There we go. Chris Cole said boat parade. Something. All right. Oh, Princess, pick good cards. All right, I'll try. Cards for us. Be sensible. In the same way I've been explaining that practicing of drawing down this positive divine energy, it saves you from these awful energy vampires. There's, to some extent, there's some of that as well for just us dealing with all of the news and all of the stuff that's happening. And there's the Emperor in the middle again. It's a third reading. Boom, Emperor in the middle. We have the strength. We're on the right side of history. We have the strength. Card for the reading. There are good days ahead. This is Democrats. This is Queen of Wands. These people who are supporting all the awfulness. It's very shaky ground. They're on very shaky ground. And when you follow someone who is cruel, fickle, and frankly just not that bright, oh, we're going to have money. Really? Because that's a page. That's a page of pentacles. That's not a knight. That's not a queen. That's not a king. I'm going to have to quote the shadow here. The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. It really does. And if you're on the wrong side of history, when you leave this life, what are you going to be carrying into the afterlife? What energy? What are you going to be able to say you did with your life? We're good. We care. We care. That's what matters. This, imagine being around Donald Trump every day. That would just be a nightmare. Just imagine the sycophants around him, the way you have to debase yourself just to be around him. Who was it? I would have to look it up. I do not have the names right off the top of my head, and I apologize for this because I just remembered it. And as I'm talking, I thought I will leave you with who was it who said there was somebody who was a big suck up to the king, the emperor, the whoever it was, and saw a man of similar station who was sitting there eating a bowl of lentils. And he said to the man eating lentils, if you would give favor to the king, if you'd suck up to the king, you wouldn't have to eat lentils. And the man eating looked up and said, if you would eat lentils, you wouldn't have to suck up to the king. I'd rather eat lentils. I don't know about you. As you cook lentils, chop up an apple. Just warm it through. Chopped apple, lentils, mix it up. It's actually really good. Just warm through. But that's just me. Anyway. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. It is 1:19 p.m. here in Chicago. I went over, but we had stuff to cover. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Miss Sarah. And yeah, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. All right. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. They're out there. They are. All right. And I will be back here tomorrow. Like I'm here every single day with freshness. All right. And we'll go through the news together. All right. So take care. Be well. And I will see you later.